Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Cold Waters episode number 9. I was able to go to... I already forgot. Where was it that I was able to... Labels? No. Summary? Summary. Here's the medals. Whoa, wow, it's really loud. I don't know which one of these is ours from last time. So I found where the medals are, I just don't know which one represents our achievements. Yeah, okay, well we actually already know, for once, what our orders are. It's to get back to base, because, my god, is it just me, or is the music louder today? And also, there, okay, good. So we have sunk two extra ASW patrols. One submarine patrol and one surface patrol that also had a submarine with it in November. Let's see if the Norwegian Sea stays slightly less occupied by Russian forces in the upcoming days. I mean, it is not going to be like confirmation or anything, but it's going to be something, you know, some kind of statistic that we can use in determining whether or not the campaign is, you know, really actually responding to our actions. Okay, hold on. Well, I'll let you look at that screen just for a second. My audio is blaring in my ear, so I'm going to turn that way down. That's better. Okay, I'm looking at the audio that the recording's, and it doesn't look too loud there, but it's in my ear. It's crazy loud. So 17 days at war, 21 warships sunk, 8 submarines, 13 merchants, 42 total. We've sunk 250,000 tons of ships. That is incredible. Upon return to port, you are immediately called into the Admiral's office, where he congratulates you on your superior leadership and tactics. Yes. Has he found out about the Tortuga maneuver, where we go flank speed and cavitate near the surface to accidentally, quote-unquote, accidentally, no, what I mean is intentionally draw all the forces towards us? Okay, an enemy cruise missile submarine is I love this mission. This is probably my favorite one, is transiting southward in the Norwegian Sea toward the North Atlantic convoy routes. You must sink it. It will be escorted. It's an Oscar or Charlie class, and it will be escorted. It may. Don't play with us that way. We know it will be escorted. That was Russian doctrine already, anyway, for their submarines to go out in not just solo. Whereas the Americans generally use, I mean, for their missile submarines, I think they might actually have used, for like cruise missile submarines, I believe they did have attack submarine escorts. Anyway, we want to look for this in the Norwegian Sea. Okay. Well, before we do anything, we absolutely need to rearm. And why did we spend 5 hours in port? Was there any did we take any damage? I have no idea. Well, let's go ahead and start loading. And this interface is slightly new, but okay, it's not too confusing. We'll take. Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 of these, but I haven't been like incredibly happy with them. I was like my own offline play, my own personal plays on the channel. I mean, that weren't on the channel, have been much more successful. Let's just take 6 of these, and there we go. Reload this, and get our moss. Nope, not there. Here. There we go. I think that we're good. We haven't had any spec ops or any kind of port strikes with the Tomahawk missiles yet. That's interesting. I wonder if we'll get any of those before this campaign ends. Nonetheless, cast off, anchors away. That's 22 hours, and I think that is our submarine there. We're already looking for her. Where is she? There she is. Let's get her. Charge. I went in at flank speed, but that's fine. This is super deep water. As far as I know, this is like way off the European shelf. And again, I keep forgetting the last. I want to put that mod in. It looks like it's an easy fix. I think actually I must have let go. I did let go of the mouse key to try to switch over from flank speed to patrol speed, and I guess it registered that we weren't even moving at all, and they ran into us. Fair enough. Yep, looks good. Man battle stations. 50 feet is...
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Hey, that's not that deep. Or is it? Let's get a little bit of depth immediately. And I forgot to look at the bearing of the contact, but luckily we have one reported immediately. Sierra 1, what are you? Well, I think I have an idea. Ah, okay. Well, there's our delta.
Sierra 1 is classified
and
as
conditions are really quiet. Perfect.
Passing
Perfect,
100
perfect,
feet.
perfect. We have a weak layer. Weak duct. Okay. So we could potentially launch from above the layer, although it's basically, we'll have to be at about 100 feet, which doesn't make torpedo avoidance very easy. Now let's just lurk a little bit and see if we can detect anybody else before we begin launching at this delta. I actually want to put my course almost dead on with the delta, which means that yes, we won't be able to use our towed array. However, I doubt that the other attack submarine is following in the same line. Oh, I see. So there is a small... Okay, it is. It's not as deep as I thought. I don't know what... This is the island... Is this the... I forget what they're called. The Faroe Islands? In between Iceland and England? Great Britain, I should say.
300 feet.
That's good. Why don't we level off there? So right now, I want to just wait and see if we can detect the other ship. And I'm presuming that the attack submarine is not exactly in line with the Delta. Wow, Delta. This is actually pretty cool. Delta 4. I mean, 100 at 130 decibels. It's a really quiet. That might be like right on top of us. We might have to launch early. I think we're going to have to. It's the only important target anyway. We don't want it to get away. So, and that doesn't look like it's extremely deep. I'm guessing 1,200 feet or so. Plenty enough room to maneuver at least. That's always what I just prefer that we have at least 1,000 feet. I mean, at least 800 feet to maneuver. 800 feet is the minimum I think I need to be very comfortable at least. But if we don't detect anything soon, I'm just going to go ahead and launch at this delta. Because right now, we're not going to get as good of a solution by going head-on with them. I just wanted to detect the other submarine with my towed array. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. I wish I had a course for this contact. And they do have defensive torpedoes, so getting deeper is going to be better because those are actually surface launched. I mean, they're propelled. Yeah, I mean, they're. This is like cruise missile stuff, right? This is a cruise missile ship. It goes up to the surface. Hopefully we can actually look at this ship in person. It's pretty interesting. You can already see the humpback type like look to it. So let's go ahead and set up our course a little bit. I might just make us due east, which it looks like will put us in slightly deeper water anyway, or at least prevent us from getting into shallower water. So we'll level off here, and let's gain a little more depth as well. I'm doing this so that we can better locate where this submarine is. Assuming she's not changing course, if we see how much she's changing when how much her
Passing 400 feet.
bearing on from us is changing when we're not moving it. If we're just dead stop, for example, and we see that she's moving left or right, we know that she has some perpendicular velocity to us. Then, if we start moving, and we already know how much she moves when we're dead stop, we see how much that changes. And then we know how close or far away she is, because our movement, if we're really close to her, a slight movement is going to change the bearing significantly. But if she's extremely far away, a small little movement here is going to do almost nothing for our bearing. And since she's changing a lot, I'm guessing that she's closer than what we suspect. I might have been wrong about 1,200. This looks like it could be 1,800 or so, even maybe 2,000. Deep enough. Basically just deep enough. No contacts though, no other contacts. I think we're just going to go ahead and light this thing up. She's actually quiet enough that I'm going to go active with her, but I think what we'll do is launch on her bearing 035, and we'll go active. Hopefully the wire doesn't break, but we'll go active because that is a very quiet submarine. 130, that's extremely quiet. I know the Typhoon classes were also extremely quiet, so that she must be really close. Lift launch, and then we'll go active pretty close after that. Okay, so 2-1. We're getting more. So turning sideways I think helped a lot, but she's probably closer. So go ahead and launch 2-1. Now hopefully this stays on the wire. She went active right away, so there's some suspicion that something's in the water. I'm hoping that her solution gets better. Not worse. That was not what I was expecting. Alright, well let's just go active. See if we detect her or not.
Con, fire control.
Yep, we got her. Oh, she's close. Oh, she's really close. I mean, she's really close. No counter launches detected so far. She is turning, so we'll be in her...
Sonar, noisemaker, bearing.
Wow, she's really close. Look how close she is. I mean, we're like just right there.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Alright, let's turn back into her again. My presumption is the other attack submarine.
Sierra 1 is classified.
Oh, it is an
as
Oscar.
submerged submarine.
Okay. And we got her. She is not sunk. Wow, amazing. One hit, not enough. Well, she's able to detect us, so let's go ahead and not give her a chance to...
Con, sonar.
Oh, there it is.
From Sierra 1.
Alright, evasive maneuvers. Full speed.
Con, sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
2 at us. And rudder full right. Go active quick. She's deep. Let's go ahead and climb to the surface.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
I'm going to turn into the torpedoes too. Let's see if they follow.
Passing 400 feet. Con, sonar, we are cavitating. Passing 300 feet.
Alright, come on. We're trying to get out of their arc.
Passing 200 feet.
Hopefully we do it. Level out. Dive planes down. Run right at them.
Con, sonar, noisemaker, bearing 3. Passing 100 feet.
And I think we're good now. So let's go ahead and slow down.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Ultra quiet, but not really. Oh,
Sonar,
really?
no longer cavitating.
Did that one really? How did they detect us? My God.
Sonar, we are cavitating.
Turn. I guess turn away from it. If she spins in a circle, she's definitely got us.
Sonar,
how's our
noisemaker? Bearing 3, 3, 2. Con, sonar, torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water.
They got us.
Bearing 0, 2, 0. Con, sonar, torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water.
Noisemaker.
Bearing 3, 3,
Dive.
2. Passing 100.
Go into her.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 3, 3, 4. Contact. Passing 200 feet. Con, torpedo room 2-1 ready. Passing 300
Hopefully we don't engage the other torpedo. Torpedo in the water. Okay, this is interesting. Did ours hit? What's going on with that one?
Con, sonar, regained contact on. Sierra 1, bearing 3, 3, 7.
I don't know what's going on with our
Con, sonar,
torpedo.
lost contact.
Oh my gosh, their
Sierra
torpedo's
1,
going after them.
last bearing 3, 4, 1. Contact is in the baffles.
Okay, in the baffles. That's fine. I'm going to be content with the baffles. I think that their torpedo is now going after them. Is this a new contact? Where?
Maneuvering, making turns for 2-5 knots.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Alright, settle down, settle down, settle down. Prepare for noisemaker and evasive maneuvers. Make our depth like 900. This is a fast torpedo, my goodness. We're actually a slow ship too. Launch, noisemaker, dive, dive, dive. Oh, God. Well, that is the end of our journeys. Oh, let's abandon ship real quick. We're near the surface. We might actually survive. Ah, this is fantastic. It was just us and just them, and we sacrificed each other. Well, I guess this is a good exchange for us because this was our mission. Our mission was to sink them, and their mission was to do something else, which we prevented them from doing. An Oscar being a very... That's a big submarine. I didn't check, but that one's probably like 10,000 tons. 15, maybe 15,000 tons. But it's a big ship. I'm really sad that we lost to an Oscar, but she did put 3 ordnance down on us. I thought that I launched that noisemaker in time, and that is one of the failings of the... I'll rewatch. It might have been just a huge mistake on my part, but I think I activated the noisemaker in time. She just ran right through it. She just straight ran, and 25 knots versus a torpedo that looked like it was going closer to 50. If it doesn't bite on the first noisemaker, you don't have time to launch another one. So unfortunate, and also really unfortunate. I think the Russian torpedoes are have less strength. They have less explosive power than the American ones. I'm not sure. I'll have to check the spreadsheet that I've gotten. That might not be true, but I think it is. And one hit knocked us out totally. Never had a chance to even use damage control in this series. So let's see what happened. Did we get rescued? So NATO admits loss of nuclear sub. Yeah, but does it also admit that she took down an Oscar in the process? Who knows? Okay, yeah, so we actually do have a chance to keep going. We shouldn't be given an opportunity, and I think we aren't, to do the Narwhal, because the Narwhal was a one-time ship. Okay, so there's 2 options as I see it to move forward from here. We could go back into a skipjack, which is more exciting, but way worse in terms of radar and all that. And although they have a towed array, I mean, you can just see BPS 12 versus BPS 15. This ship, the Los Angeles, of course, we already used it, is very much similar to this. Sorry, the Narwhal, which we can't see, but I guess the Sturgeon's also very similar to the Narwhal. Now, the Sturgeon is another option. In fact, we could just continue our trend with using less normal ships. It might be nice to do the Sturgeon instead. She's also really slow, but she also has she can dive very deep. Now, the only problem with her is she does have a much louder noise profile than either the Los Angeles or the Narwhal. And actually, we've gone 9 episodes into this series. That's not a terrible point at which to call it to a close. By the way, I don't know why I was saying Delta 4s would be like 10,000. I'm thinking now they're probably... I'm looking at this. This is... The Los Angeles herself is 7,000. Let's take out a Los Angeles. They're kind of the most fun, I think, because they're the most dominant. And I don't know... The Navy probably would not recrew you to a submarine. I mean, they wouldn't just give you another one after you sank the first one. Well, we were really successful, though. And if we were really successful, would they give us an older submarine or a newer one? I imagine a newer one. So let's go ahead and continue as the USS Jacksonville. And since it's 20 minutes, I guess we still have time. This is funny that this is still there. Wolves driven off. So this was the result of our mission. It was a success. Now we are... replenishment tankers and tenders. Fine, but where? Barents Sea. Well, this is not good. Okay, I'm not going to change anything here. Anchors away. So if we lose our next ship, probably won't continue this series. Okay, is that the Barents Sea one? I'm almost tempted to take this guy out because he's patrolling so in a position I don't like. That airplane's gonna go back. Alright, let's go for it. Did they detect us? Oh, they detected us now. Oh, we got something. Okay, all hands man battle stations. That's right, we're not going to be in as deep water. We're like flank speed, so we're going to have to... Oh my god. It's really, really not very deep. What's our... No. Back 5. Okay, let's come up a little bit. Can't use our towed array unless we're less than 150 feet. If we have to be at least 150 feet above. Let's look at the contacts as soon as we slow down. I didn't even see where they are. Oh, we're heading into... It looks like we're heading to less shallow water, slightly deeper water. Since I don't know which direction this contact was at, we're going to make our way that way. So, make it so.
Passing 500 feet.
500 feet should be enough range to use our... actually, the layer is pretty deep here, too, so we might have a lot of fun playing around at the layer. Alright, well, let's see what we can detect now. Noise is... okay, nothing. We will detect nothing. Since this is not our mission, what we might do, in fact, is drop back down and just speed away. It's so noisy, nobody's going to be able to detect us without active. So I think, based on depth of water, we could actually come back down this way. Let's do that.
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering eye.
So we'll just kind of F9 this one, speed away.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 20 knots.
Oops, too far. Yeah, more like this. And we can actually go full.
Make turns for 2
Ahead full.
knots.
Not flank,
Maneuvering eye.
but we're right at the area where we can go ahead flank, but I'm just not going to chance it. There's no helicopters in the air, I just checked. We'll pretend... the helicopter thing's a little cheating. It's cheating. It's cheap cheating. I think we're low enough that we could if we wanted to go flank speed, but 645. Can we escape? Yeah, we can just leave combat. Okay, a Romeo and a Foxtrot. I would have actually have loved to engage those had I known. I thought it was surface contacts, but I'm pretty happy to engage. Are there a bunch of diesel ships? Okay, go. Got something. This might be the ship we need to take out, so we're actually going to have to engage this one.
Ring ship for ultra quiet.
Bring us up a little bit.
Passing 600 feet.
I like the fact that it's a little deeper here. Let's take a look at the map. Looks like it's deep as long as we don't head east. Let's intentionally head west. So yeah, bring us up to about 500 feet, and then we should be able to use our towed array. I think 150 feet seems kind of a lot below. It seems like you could get away with using the towed array with only 100 feet below. Nonetheless, we're good. Let's just level out this way and see what we can detect.
Sonar new
okay, there.
contact bearing 031. Designated Sierra 1.
Okay, there's one.
Sonar Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
There's
Sonar
two.
Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
And I imagine that there's a third. We'll keep our eye on Sierra 1, the Krivac. And if you recall, the Krivac is actually the one I like the least. It's quite a deadly frigate. So let's test this actually. Let's go deeper until we no longer have our towed array, and then we'll see that if it is or is not 150 feet. 710 or so was... Oh, there it is. Huh. No, it stopped already. Is it 200? Yeah, it definitely stopped working. 540... 712... Is it 200 that we need? It's like 190 feet is what you need to use the towed array. Okay, very cool. Well, I'm glad we know that. That'll be very useful. It might also, I mean, I imagine it would depend on the speed too. It won't be dropping nearly as much the faster you're moving, but at 5 knots, basically 200 feet is what we need. And they can only detect us and only barely with active, but that's just based on our presumed position, where we presume their position is. Let's just speed this up until we get... go to the surface. There's going to be surface contacts. And there is a layer. Okay, that's good to know. So yes, definitely go above the layer. We could ourselves go above the layer.
Sonar new contact bearing 028. Designated Sierra 3. Con sonar
Grisha.
Sierra 3 is
Not
classified
quite
as
as
escort.
deadly, I think. Let's go back to Sierra 1. Let's go ahead and launch at them. They're both on this bearing anyway. Launch 1.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Prepare to launch 2. Actually, hold on 2, just because. Actually, I should have launched tube 2 since, or 3, I should say, since it's on the right side. I think it's where are they? They're hard to see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, they've detected us. They know we're here. I mean, they've detected that there's something there, an anomaly. That's right. Ideally, we would be running the other way, opposite their direction, but we do want to head to deep water. Not that it's changed. Still at 7-11. Yeah, they're both. I mean, one of these has got to be further away because the Krivex, if the Krivex is actually there, let's see, Krivex 170, Grisha's 170, so we shouldn't be misdiagnosing these guys. Since they're, this is crazy. Okay, well, do your work now. Should be able to acquire. You know what? Let's go ahead and launch 2. We'll put this one towards the Grisha.
Shoot 2-3.
Again.
Aye, sir.
Okay, now tube 3, did that come? Yeah, that came from the right side. That makes sense. That's what I wanted. Alright, so tube 1, the torpedo 1 should track the Krivac, and then the Grisha will track with our torpedo 3. I'm surprised you don't see this guy directly yet. Or hear him. Maybe it's this cone. Let's go active and see if we detect him. No? Huh. I mean, this is just like, okay. It's right in front of you. Passive?
Con, fire control.
Okay, passive.
Weapon acquired.
That's funny, because last time I had much more success with active. Is it? It's not that... Oh, it's not that noisy. Okay, maybe it's noise level. If we have very low ambient noise, maybe we can rely more on passive. That makes sense. Bearing 028. Really? Yeah, 028. Oh, that's from us. I see. That's not bearing. Okay, well, we just need to eyeball it then. Okay, because this one might be a lot closer than we think. Let's see. Are you going to acquire? We still know where this Grisha is, which means it should be further away. I'm going to climb up to around 500.
Passing 500 feet.
So put us in position. We'll probably use a harpoon to down the Andazen. Alright, how's this one? Slowly but steadily catching up.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 042.
Run. Let's do run through protocol. Do I not have access? Okay, I need this guy. Just turn this guy out of the way. Whoops.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
You are acquiring the wrong guy. Okay, so we know it's somewhere up here. That's where the Grisha is. Because we just acquired the wrong guy with our torpedo. That's really funny.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
This is really funny. No, I want to go to this one. Okay, turn.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Good. It should be the last one that they can launch at us. And...
Con
Got
sonar
him.
lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 050. Contact breaking up.
I don't know where this Grisha is. I thought I was acquiring it at this weird angle. Oh, yeah, I think it is. Over there. Let's go ahead and spin once, though. Yeah, okay, we know it is over there now, so that's fine.
Passing 400 feet.
Well, we should be topped off. I don't know what's going on with you, submarine. I'm fine.
Passing 400 feet.
Steady up. Yeah, we have him now. Okay, good. Alright, well, he's so far away, I'm not going to be worried about...
Control, weapon acquired.
Yeah, I'm not going to be worried about any of these things. Let's climb up and nail him with the last harpoon as well. So this is a good time to use this. Let's set our depth to 200, like...
Make depth 20.
I don't have to worry about it now.
Dive I.
Dive, I got it. This is just the protocol. You say
Con
dive
sonar,
even if you're
noisemaker
not diving.
bearing 031.
Oops, you select. Go back. He's turning.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing
Turn.
031.
Come on, listen. Turn. Oops. Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe there's a reason.
Torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Maybe there's a reason they have these
Con, fire
systems.
control, weapon acquired.
Got her this time, though. Ah! We went under her. Ah! Even with the Mark 47, we still have problems.
Dive at 200 feet, dive by.
What the heck? Can you just hit her? It's like a silly little game we're playing. Let's go active.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 031.
Got her. I think. The longest pursuit.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Okay, weapon acquired. Do your thing.
Con
Got
sonar,
him.
lost contact.
All right.
03, last bearing 0.
Let's take care of Mr. Anderson then. Mr. Anderson. Might need 2 of these, so let's reload another harpoon. Somewhere on this trajectory, right? Wait, make sure we still have it. Yeah, okay, good. So let's just fire at 038 somewhere down here. We have wide sweep requirement. That's actually going to change to narrow so that we don't hit the Grisha, which we just sank. Good point, Commander. Let's wait a second for this ship to sink before we...
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
That scared me. There it is. Is she sunk? Yeah, she's below the water. I think that she won't be acquired as a target. Let's try this now. We're doing narrow anyway. Whoops. Yeah. So 038 still. That's good enough.
Shoot 2-3.
She's
Aye,
below the
sir.
water. And it's a nice day. We can actually check this one out. Shift P to go to periscope depth. Why not?
458, dive by.
I kind of expected that there would be like a little fire plume out of the back of these jets. I mean, in the back of these rockets. I mean, aren't they rockets? Don't they need a little fire plume to make them accurate? Maybe they don't need, after the initial launch, they may not, they get an initial speed, they may not need much propulsion to actually continue at their speed. Here we go. There's the pop-up. And the drop. And the hit. 7,000 tons, I imagine I will actually take her out. Alright, we're nearly at periscope depth all the while that all happened. Perfect. So let's go ahead and raise our ESM mast.
Raise the ESM mast.
See what we have. Nothing. Good.
Raise the radar mast.
Raise everything then. No contacts on radar.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Well, then I will call this mission complete.
Lower the con. Dive.
A nice long episode.
458, dive by.
We did have that wonderful switch of submarines failure in the middle, but hey, every now and then those kind of things happen. This is war after all. It is a dangerous game. Alright, let's go ahead and leave this. Combat. All the ships are sunk. Good. Now let's just get the hell out of here. Another replenishment tanker being in the bearing. Remains momentarily Barents Sea. So stay here is what I'm reading. Okay, let's get this instead. Continue on course. Oh god, we're about to be. But I paused in time, thank God. So we're gonna call this video to a close here because it's already run quite a good length. So stay tuned for the next episode where we'll continue as the Los Angeles class USS Jacksonville, our new command. Maybe this is the end of us really quickly because this is a nice shallow area, and I think that that's certainly an area you can take advantage of. A submarine is in shallow waters. So we'll see if we can escape this and then take out the fleet tender which emerges from a Manx. If we can do all those things. I mean, this is around the time where we won the original campaign. So maybe they've extended it. We'll see. But until then, thanks for watching and take care.